I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we're broadcasting here from WNJR Studios in Washington, Pennsylvania. And we have Escaping Pavement from Ferndale, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan has braved the Snowmageddon Blizzard 2016 and drove in, made it here, and
just barely.
They get the extra effort award for doing this. I have had many artists say, "Oh, you know what? Let's just do it another time." Stuff like this. But hey, this is awesome. So normally, guys, I ask if you just would play a tune
Sure.
off the top, do something for us.
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Sure. I think we're going to do one called Mary, and it's going to be on our next album, which I guess we'll talk about in a little bit. But for now,
Sure.
This is Escaping Pavement on WNJR Acoustic Songs Live.
searching everywhere and looking, those old memories in your eyes fill your plate and consume you till you're missing in that time.
Are there any wonders that you've looked upon? Are there any blunders that you wish to be undone? Are there any heroes that you wish to become? Will you ever join us in the present? And hide all those thoughts behind you. Release the fears that bind you to a place you don't belong. Holding on so tightly to that bright hand, shining time when everything was simple. Life was like a natural high. Is it any wonder that this time has passed? Did you ever ponder how you were going to make it last? Looking through photographs and through the looking glass, all the while present moments moved on past. So hide all those thoughts behind you. The fears that bind you to a place you don't belong. Oh, when you open yourself up to the light that surrounds you, all your actions, thoughts and deeds will be all you need. All those thoughts behind you. Right. Release the fears that bind you to a place you don't belong. All those thoughts behind you.
those thoughts behind you. Cry, release the fears that bind you to a place you don't belong.
Very, very nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice mandolin work there, too. It was nice. And your harmony is just, man, it blends just so naturally.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys have been doing this together for a while, huh?
We have.
Yeah.
We've been playing together for... Oh,
Yeah.
into the microphone.
A little.
We've been playing together for 10 years or so. Not in this particular duo format, but just playing music in general together for a long time. So I think we're able to kind of gauge, where the other one's going pretty well at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's why the harmony duo thing works for us, and we found that.
So Escaping Pavement is Aaron Markowitz, who you were just speaking, and Emily Burns.
Yes.
And Emily is on acoustic guitar and vocals, and I think you're probably like the multi-instrumentalist.
I actually play the mandolin. I play acoustic, and Emily actually picks a little bit on banjo, and
okay.
Typically mostly acoustic guitar, but
Well,
actually some electric and baritone guitar and stuff that
It's a fun
is-
toy.
yeah.
When you
Newer
so-
edition.
when you play out live, do you add any other members like?
We haven't in a long time. We used to be Escaping Pavement started out as a quartet, and we did record an album entitled Uprooted, released 2013, and that was with that was more of a rock kind of outfit. It was a southern rock Americana or
Alt country.
alt country.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last year or so, or a little more than a year now,
Probably over here. Like almost two.
we've just been a duo. Every live show we've done has been just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you guys met at like open mic thing?
Yeah.
we
Yes.
did, yeah. That's
Long time ago now.
Yeah.
We originally started playing together
Yep.
in Lake Orion, Michigan, is where we met.
Yeah, probably what? 11, 12 or more years ago now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then both went to the same music school?
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
We moved out to California, went to the same music school together, and then for some crazy reason decided to move back to Michigan.
Well, it's nice to be, if your families are there. That's
It
probably-
is.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Having a support network,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
especially being a musician, helps.
Right, it does. It does.
Being-
California is definitely the scenario. You are a very, very little fish in a enormous pond.
Yep.
Michigan, it's not quite so much that way, so it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And Nashville and New York, the same kind of
Right,
thing.
all the big
Exactly.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and work all the time and then try to do music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
'Cause it's-
exactly.
I don't
In
think-
between.
Yeah, I don't think from what I've heard about LA, there's a lot of pay to play type of stuff that goes on.
There is, yeah, and we really just didn't do that. We didn't. I worked a gig. I actually got lucky enough to have a professional gig out there, playing music, but it was at Universal Studios, Hollywood, in the Shrek band, and we were like a rock quartet. There were 2 guitars and sometimes a keyboard, drums and bass, and. But that was a paying, and I actually was fortunate enough to like work for a while. It was kind of seasonal, so like in the winter months it would die down, but
Still a
yeah.
good paying
But
gig
we didn't really
for
do
the
any gigs out there because like some of that stuff was, yeah, you want to come play. You know, it's
Yeah.
you know, you got to sell this many tickets. If you don't,
Or
then
spend,
you
like,
owe us money. It's like, no, we're
300,
not going to do
$400.
it. You know, so we
Right.
just we just didn't play out
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, the that's an interesting thing. In the Shrek band, eventually you had some.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, that-
did you have to do a costume thing, or were you just?
Yeah, well, the costume was more of a burlap sack kind of, as made into a shirt and a funky hat.
Awesome.
But so yeah, I guess. I
I think
but,
you
know,
were supposed to kind of look like a peasant, maybe. Or
Yeah,
something. Was
yeah.
that
Oh,
I think
okay.
it was like
Yeah.
the peasant band. You know, we were the
Gotcha.
Rockets.
Yeah.
And but I met a lot. You know, like good friends on that gig, and there are still that we still work
Keep in touch
together
with.
and keep in touch. So it was really a cool thing. And
How about
So it
you,
was-
Emily? What?
Oh,
what were
me
you-
in California, I worked at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Ugh, it was an awful
it
time.
was a bar.
That's a good gig, though. I mean, of all
it
places.
worked for the time being. It definitely did.
Yeah.
I hear it's a decent company to work for. I don't know. I've never done the barista thing.
It was
Barista.
all right, but getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work was not all right.
No. So my wife is on that kind of gig now. She gets up at 2 a.m. to go into work in the morning. It's like,
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
I'm not a morning person, but
No, neither am I. So getting up at that hour was like really rough. Really rough sometimes. Sometimes it'd be like I'd be going to bed 2 hours before I needed to get up. It's like, ooh, that's not gonna work.
So, guys, you got up and you at some point yesterday went, "Oh, we better start driving."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this
Yeah.
complete opposite of California weather, you know, like going, "Oh, snow and ice," and made it here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
We were
Glad
good
you
all
did.
the way through Ohio. We were good, and then
yeah,
Hit Pennsylvania and it was
it was just a little bit of a slow go. But we're used to it though. We have our share of snowfall and
oh yeah, Yeah,
driving on crappy roads.
yeah,
actually for the first time ever, not that long ago, we ended up missing a gig, having to miss a gig because it was. And it wasn't even that there was a ton of snow per se. It was the fact of what happened with weather. It's like it snowed just a tiny bit, and then suddenly the temperature got warm, and then it got immediately cold again. And the
The
roads
ice.
just turned into
Ice.
sheets of ice everywhere. And for the first time ever, for both of us, in like the 10 plus years that we've been playing,
Yeah,
we were
we
like,
canceled. We called and said we
we
can't.
can't do this.
yeah.
Because it was really bad. It was like it was one of those moments where you're just going down the road and you feel you have absolutely zero control over the car. It's like it's just taking you wherever,
Yeah, which is kind of like what we do here on the radio show. I mean, we really don't.
Yeah.
Wherever we go,
Wherever we go, wherever
wherever
it takes
Yeah.
us.
we don't know where we're going.
Exactly.
Nope.
We're gonna do another song. In case you just joined us here at Acoustic Songs Live, we have Escaping Pavement here in the studio, and we broadcast at 91.7 FM in Washington, PA, and stream live at WNJR.org. And you can go to our website at acousticsongs.com and see a video of the performance, and also subscribe to the podcast that we have every week. You guys want to play another tune for us?
Sure.
Sure. Let me just.
We were just trying to figure out what to
Yeah,
play.
we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what
Yeah.
song we're doing yet.
Okay.
Well, we do, but now we just took that time to figure it out.
That's cool. And you have anything coming up here in the area, a gig or something? Nothing.
Not around here. We are going to
No.
be going out on the road again this summer, so we're not quite sure exactly where all it's going to be taking us yet, but we know we'll be going back out west again, and we definitely want to get over onto the East Coast more to play. So hopefully sometime in the next 6 months or so we'll start doing that more,
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
when there's not a blizzard in the way.
what are you going to do for us?
Gonna do one of our new tunes called "Fuel the Fire."
Okay, cool.
Ready? Why'd you call me out? Why'd you call me out? Why'd you call me out tonight? I know a place where the river is wide and the water runs deep and cold. Just the way I would feel if I lost you, and I hope I never know. Well, I hope I never know. We don't need to build a fire, it's already burning red hot coals. We don't need to leave desire, it's already found us all on its own. Please, oh Lord, bring the morning light before things get out of control.
Meet me where the road runs out and the moon's the only light.
I'm not there, don't bother waiting round. He's already got me in his sight. He's already got me in his sight. We don't need to build a fire, it's already burning red hot coals. We don't need to leave desire, it's already found us all on its own. Please, oh Lord, bring the morning light before things get out of control. We don't need to build a fire, it's already burning red hot coals. We don't need to leave desire, it's already found us all on its own. Please, oh Lord, bring the morning light before things get out of control.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank
Man, I'm tapping my toes and everything over here, just stomping my foot. This does not sound like Detroit music. I mean, you guys,
Whoa.
Not
yeah.
typically, yeah.
No, no.
But there is a really growing, burgeoning scene of Americana and folk music that's happening, not in Detroit necessarily, but really a lot over on the west side of our state and then in the
Yeah.
northern area
Northern
too.
Michigan, yeah.
There's actually a lot of really good artists now that are all within that same vein of music that are starting to come around. And, you know, there are a lot of the people that we play shows with all the time. And it's nice because you get a lot of, you know, helping each other out. It's like, you come over here and play a show with us, we'll go over there, play a show with you guys. And kind of helps everybody get all over the state. So I think slowly but surely it's really infiltrating its way into the Detroit music scene as well.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is nice.
there was like a national kind of thing that happened, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, I think maybe with a couple soundtracks, I think that
Oh,
kinda
yeah,
brought
for
it,
sure.
you know,
Really
Brother
helped
Where
that.
Art Thou and Cold Mountain.
Yeah.
And they kind of brought that back into the mainstream. And, you know, being here, we're really close to Appalachia, you know,
Yeah.
like in this part. And when you just go maybe 30 miles south, you're in West Virginia, like along the Appalachians, and it's always been a big thing, you know. And you guys sound like you're like right at home doing it too. I mean, just right in that. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, awesome. I've really enjoyed it. And I was just looking over your bio and how you played on a cruise ship.
We did.
Yeah.
We did not play this type of music on the cruise ship, though. Oh yeah, we were like a top 40 kind of dance band. We've gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah. Well, hey,
We've done a
man,
lot
you do
of
it. You
different
got to.
things.
Yeah. You gotta,
Yeah, I mean, like disco and funk and
Really?
whatever else. Oh yeah.
what
yeah,
songs
it
did you
was
do?
Anything.
What songs did you do? I'm just curious.
crazy. Stuff like
anything you could think of.
Brick House.
Seriously.
hits such
Yeah.
as "She Works Hard for the Money" and
Boogie Oogie Oogie.
Yeah.
And we even we had to do newer top 40 stuff too. So we were
Little
playing.
Lady Gaga. And
Yeah, and
we actually still cover a Lady Gaga song.
but we do it in our own way now, which
We
we
do.
really like
Did you-
doing that.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did
yeah.
one by them. Yeah.
Who else do we have? What was some
I don't know. We did some
crazy
country
stuff?
though. We got to do some country, like a little Brooks and Dunn, and
Yeah.
I think that was kind of like or like that and like the older stuff, like the 50s, 60s stuff, and like
Well, we did some
and
really
the
old
country.
school country too, which was kind of nice and fit well with us. Like
Yeah, that
Tammy
kinda-
Wynette and
Oh, cool.
what else do we do? Some Patsy Cline, of course.
Yeah.
And it was nice to do that stuff, and it really
So when you
kinda
said
fit us well.
funk and I thought like that's all you did, but
Oh
you did
No,
a
no,
lot
we
of
did
yeah.
everything, literally.
We do everything.
We
Well,
did
that-
so many different genres.
as a duo or
No, we had a whole band
Yeah.
on there. We didn't know like usually the other half of the band that we
It was a
we,
little
we like
weird.
ended up like finding people and then like meeting them like at the port and like we had like a big chart book that we had like
300
put together
or so songs we had to
and
play.
Oh wow.
it was,
Yeah.
It was a
it
very
all-
weird gig.
all worked out in the end, but very different from anything that's happening now with us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all part of, I guess, who we are in a way,
Yeah.
musically, moving on, from there.
I
but-
still think sometimes even at this point, with what we're doing now, every now and again we'll have little random influences of the things that just got ingrained the most into us pop out every now and again. Even if it's just for a moment in a song, something will maybe sound like it could have inflections of a more poppy.
Inflections of a
thing,
taste of honey.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? It could pop out somewhere at some point.
Luther
Never say
Vandross
never.
just pops in, No, that's interesting though. But that's you're a professional musician, and that means taking whatever the gig is,
Right,
and
right.
sometimes
Yeah.
you do what you do.
I remember we were asked to. It was sprung on us at. We did a captain's cocktail thing. It was called, and the cruise director comes up to the band here. We're like, we're like, why did they put us on this like black tie event thing? We're kind of nervous, and the cruise director comes up and said, "Okay, so you're gonna all the officers and the captain and the crew. They're gonna walk on, and you're gonna do a play on, and you're gonna do Anchors Away. You know Anchors Away, right?" No, we don't know Anchors Away. Nobody told us about
We had
this.
2 guitars, a bass, and drums.
So our drummer was like, "Wait a minute, guys! I think I know the melody to that. I'm gonna sing it, and we'll fake it." And he said, dun 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 dun. And we're like, okay, well we're picking up. So we ended up getting like half of the song, like the A section that we just kind of looped over and over, and it worked. So it
We
was that kind of
survived.
stuff. Sometimes it was just like.
And you're out on a ship, and there's probably like no Google or anything like
No,
that.
no,
where you can't-
no.
like, oh,
No.
No
guys, let's
picking
go.
up your phone and being like,
Hop on
okay, let's
YouTube and-
listen.
let's find the tab for this one, or
Yeah,
what sheet
yeah.
music for this one. Oh man, that's
Yeah.
really that's a challenge. Huh?
Nothing
Yeah.
like being put on the spot.
It's interesting.
It was literally either sink or swim right at that moment.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's it's not in the fake book. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, in case you just joined us, you're listening to Acoustic Songs live from WNJR at 91.7 FM and streaming live at WNJR.org. We have Escaping Pavement from Detroit, Michigan, specifically Ferndale, Michigan, outside of Detroit. And Aaron Markovitz and Emily Burns are the members of Escaping Pavement, and they've been playing some songs here for us, talking about their music, and we'll talk a little bit about you guys are planning on doing a recording coming up, but you want to play another song for us?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
we could do another one.
Derailed?
Yeah, okay, another up-tempo bluegrass kind of thing, I guess.
Everybody likes fast songs.
Yeah, we do the fast ones.
We'll get our 2 fast songs we have done.
Yeah.
Because all the rest are slow.
Slow, melancholy songs
Yep.
we're known for.
Slow, sad folk songs.
One.
We're good at those.
1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Darkness hides the dirt, all this pain, and all this hurt. One more drink before I go, before I leave, before I fall. Every night's the same damn thing. This road I've traveled heavily.
Suffer in silence inside of these 4 walls like an island. Just can't wait till the sun goes down before I take another sip, before I drown.
Ceilings spinning, the walls are closing in. Could I be dreaming? And steel and sparks I'll find. Oh, I set back on my heels. Engine steam is rising high. Oh, I just don't know what's real. One and only friend, there is nothing that can contend. While my home away from home, anytime I call you come to see, I see is killing me. When you're gone, my pain lives on. When will you release this hold of me? Screeching steel and the sparks I'll find. Oh, I sit back on my heels. Engine steam is rising high, and I just don't know what's real. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Wow. High energy. That's for sure. Tired out now.
Getting us
huh?
warmed up.
After all that driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, I can see. I was looking over, the comparisons to different bands and stuff. I can hear the kind of the Civil Wars thing going on there. That's for sure. You probably get tired of
Definitely.
hearing people say that.
Oh,
Hey, you
no,
guys
no.
kind of
No, definitely not. I mean, we love him, so.
Yeah.
And we have the highest amount of respect for him, too. So, being compared to them, it definitely.
And they don't exist anymore, too. So
Exactly. We're filling in the shoes.
there you go.
You're going to leave the spot? We'll take it over. Or at least we'll try.
Going to be compared, then
Yeah.
the Civil War is a good one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So your first release, that was 20 2013.
That
you
was.
said? Yeah.
It was.
And you recorded that in Ferndale at Temper Mill
Yep.
Studios.
Temper Mill, yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about that. That was kind of Americana, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More folk rocky kind of thing, maybe?
Yeah, more of a rock. I mean, there was a lot more. There was really very little acoustic influence on that record, period. I mean,
we both played electric guitar still a lot. And having the full band with drums and electric bass, it just really lended itself more to like the southern rock feel, or like we
okay.
said before, the alt country or
Like
folk rock.
Sunbolt or Wilco kind of
Yeah,
vibe? Or,
yeah,
you know?
definitely stuff like
we
that.
had we had access to that B3 organ with the Leslie speaker,
Yeah.
so we just had to
Oh,
we had
yeah.
to play it. It
we
was
had to
cool.
mess around with that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So that obviously brought in kind of a
Helped the southern rock thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like we love the Black Crowes too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Chris Robinson,
There's
you know.
definitely a couple songs on there. I would say that
It definitely have that
have
influence,
that
going on in there.
on it.
Big time.
Yeah. I love
So-
them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
We've loved any project actually that Chris Robinson has done for the most part, just because I think he's such an amazing singer. He really,
Yeah.
probably one of the best rock vocalists out there still to this day.
It's true. Yep.
You know?
Yep. I mean, there's kind of that Rod Stewart, old Rod Stewart kind of thing, the early 70s, all the rock vocalists around
Yeah.
that time period, It's
Yeah.
just, it was a really great time for music. Which it's the first show since I think last week, David Bowie, and
Yeah.
also
Glenn Frey.
Glenn Frey.
Yeah.
Frey.
Yeah, Glenn Frey. We lost some very influential musicians. Did you guys listen to those? I'm assuming that you're
Yeah.
much younger than me, but I mean, I grew up listening to that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely listen to that stuff all the time. One of our cover songs we used to do even after we got off the cruise ship, because we did keep some of those tunes because we actually liked them, and then we were still playing them when we had our full band, was Let's Dance. Of course, we played that for a very long time, and people really liked when we played that, and I still think it's a great song. We don't play it anymore,
No.
but we did, and we definitely played Eagles songs.
Yeah.
We played
And all that definitely
Take It Easy.
that sound definitely like influenced us.
A lot, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they they've influenced, I think, country music today. Definitely, is more Eagles type of music than I would say, classic country.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Johnny Cash or Merle
Right.
Haggard or George Jones.
Yeah.
The stuff today is really pop.
Oh, yeah.
More rock, easy listening rock, like the Eagles,
Yeah.
with just a banjo or fiddle thrown in there,
Right.
And then they call it country, and,
Yeah.
and then they have like it's got to be a truck in there, something about my truck, and something about
Yep.
some beer. and-
Usually
Beer,
taillights,
whiskey.
taillights, and taillight circles
Blue
around
jeans,
a fire.
corn maybe.
tight jeans, and they're
Tight
usually
jeans,
ripped.
yes.
yeah,
Or, yeah.
I think we might be writing a country song right now.
Jeez.
We could probably leave here with one if you gave us like 10 minutes.
I found it amazing that when Bowie passed away, there were people on Twitter who was like, "Who's David Bowie?" And I'm like, "Oh man, you guys!" I mean, like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like,
Even
Pretty
if you don't
wild.
know his music, the amount of influence he's had in
On
so
pop
many
culture?
other areas too. Yeah, like the images just from his
Yeah.
style that he had, and like the way he presented himself, kind of almost like that androgynous person for a while, and like the crazy outfits and the makeup and the hair. I mean, those images are kind of plastered everywhere and they've influenced so many things. It'd be hard to miss it. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and it's you know what? It's weird because he became so ingrained in the culture that people didn't realize like how important he was until it was like,
He wasn't
oh,
there anymore.
he's gone. Like, oh my God, how much he influence. I was trying to, my son, two older sons, but we were talking about this. I was like, that's Stevie Ray Vaughan, played on that album.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention too how he kind of was like partially responsible for discovering one of our favorite blues guitarists,
of all time, one of the most important blues guitarists of all time.
Yeah, and
people try to emulate him now, still try to
Absolutely,
sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I mean, he was trying to sound like Hendrix, but I mean, he just had a unique, he's just a amazing guitar player. And then, but also Bowie, his influence on guys, like Lou Reed and Iggy Pop, and just the boundaries that he pushed as far as different things. I mean, even in movies, I mean, just like my son said, he scared me with seeing him in Labyrinth. So I'll never forget being like 5 years old, 6 years old, watching Labyrinth, going like, Yeah,
I remember seeing that movie when I was little too, as well, and I remember at the time I was like, that was weird.
Oh, The Man That Fell to Earth, that's a weird movie if you've ever watched that one.
I haven't watched that one.
Oh,
no,
that.
But I've heard it is very, very strange.
Yeah. I saw somebody that had posted the other day, it's like, David Bowie passes away and they discover a planet. Like, I don't even have to read I don't even have to read the article. Like, Bowie passes away and there's a planet discovers. Like, okay, now I know everything makes sense. It's like the Starman, the whole thing. It was like, wow, that's pretty funny. Yeah. So, in case you joined us late, we're here. We made it. We're here in the studio. I know you're either at home, drinking your hot chocolate or adult beverage. If you're drinking adult beverages at this time of day, seriously, you may want to.
I mean, you are snowed in.
So
have one for us.
You're not.
Get started early, because if you're not out, if you don't have to be out on the roads, really don't go. It's not that bad, but it's not, definitely have 4-wheel drive. Front wheel drive was okay,
kind of worked
until I had to stop on some of the side roads, and then all of a sudden I felt, kind of sliding a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll fix the Subaru,
Exactly.
That's what they're for,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Escaping Pavement is here in the studio with us, and they made the trip in from Detroit, Michigan, and here to play some songs for us here. And you guys are working on a new record, right? Is that what you were saying?
We are,
Yes.
yeah. We've been writing. We're almost have all of our songs kind of in a row, prioritize what we're going to do when we get there. And
Well, we have an overabundance of songs this time, which is good. We're happy about that. We probably have total of almost 20 songs to choose from to go record, and then we're going to take what seems to be the best out of those and turn them into the next album. So we're happy to be doing that. We're going to be going to California to do it, which will be nice because we'll be leaving winter.
We'll be leaving winter for a week. And recording with a friend of ours out there who's going to kind of...
A friend from the Shrek band.
Yeah, actually, somebody I met from there. And we're going to be just, making this record together. And he's, going to have maybe a little bit of extra instrumentation on it.
Yeah. Have some stuff in there to kind of sweeten the songs. It won't stray too far from what we have going on just with our duo setup where it's just the two of us most of the time, but we know we have songs like we'd love to have some fiddle and maybe the occasional pedal steel or something just nicely accenting everything else that's going on,
Yeah.
We still love those instruments so much. They just sound, and when they're used properly in the right setting, they can just change the feel of an entire song.
Yeah. Well, the songs you're playing now are probably going to be on the new record.
These are songs that are gonna
Yep.
All the songs we feel are definitely gonna make the record.
Yeah.
And you're switching out instruments now, so I have a feeling that you're going to play something new. Cause,
yes. Yeah, this is
and
an
what you saw.
interesting deal. This is actually a fretless mountain banjo. It's called. That was made by a guy named John Peterson from Carolinas, and we recently got it, and we're. It's a different sound. It's pretty cool.
Well, it looks awesome. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
very
it's
rustic.
definitely a rustic, instrument, and it's very cool. It's definitely got a interesting character to it.
Which is good when you live in this kind of weather too. The rustic stands up better.
Yes, it does.
It's really nice. It's like a walnut.
It's walnut, and
It
it's all
smells
walnut,
good.
and it has a maple center rim on there and a calfskin head.
Wow. That's
yeah.
awesome. You have to give me the link to the guy's website. I'm just kind of
Yeah,
curious.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very,
Yeah,
very
carryonon.com is it, and you can he has the kind of price list and options list on there, and it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys going to play another tune?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. What are you going to do
The
for us?
slow, melancholy side of Escaping Pavement. Wait, I'm on the wrong thread here.
This one is called Words of a Dying Woman. So if you're at home and you were happy, you might be sad after this
Yeah,
song.
Ready?
Mhm.
Are we good with the? Okay, cool. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
As she sat in the chair across from me, I noticed her clothes hung a little differently. Her frail frame was barely holding her upright. I could tell she was nearing the end of her fight.
These words will prevail as the moments unveil. These words will prevail as the moments unveil. Dignity serves no purpose, and your pride it has no place. Only pure thoughts serve your reason for roaming this place. These are the words of a dying woman. These are the words of a dying woman.
With a smile I asked how she was. I already knew her answer would be a life less convey strength and fear of saying the words neither of us wanted to hear.
These words will prevail as the moments unveil. These words will prevail as the moments unveil. Things will rarely go as planned. The harder you push, the harder they push back. The faster you flow like a river through the mass. The other side will prove to be where it's at. These are the words of the dying woman. These are the words of the dying woman.
Man, that's the real deal. That banjo sounds really like primal. You know, I mean, like really, that's kind of like,
It's very primal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you could just, what's the guy's name? I'm trying to think. Oh man, banjo player that had a real high voice and from Kentucky. It'll come to me. But anyway, I could just hear that that kind of sound flailing away. You know,
it's kind of the way those were built are really the design came, or it's actually really closely related to like the banjo originally came from Africa as like kind of the banjar or something, and it's really kind of closely related to that. And in Appalachia, they started making these. I think a couple of guys like Stanley Hicks or Frank Prophet or something, where a couple of guys are like making them like this.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't really seen until I found these. I haven't really seen any of these around. So.
Yeah, they have fretless nylon string banjos out there, but a lot of them all have the normal head that like you would just see on a regular banjo. They just have
a wooden rim that's like bent, and then the
wooden rim with the steel on the outside, and
the
then
hardware.
Yeah.
The rim holding that in. Yeah,
The
more
head.
like a traditional like old time or open back banjo.
Yeah, and that's not like a traditional old time. Is it closed back or open back?
No, that is an open back.
Yeah,
It's got
just
like a
has
smaller
very
opening.
small opening on the back.
Wow. It almost looks like
lot of wood.
the size of a clock, kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very little,
Yeah.
but the scale is still really long. It's pretty much impossible to play once you get past a certain fret because the action does get so high because of how. But that's just how these instruments are supposed to be made. These ones in particular.
How hard is it to play? I mean,
Extremely hard.
is it?
No,
Are there any markings
it
that you know?
plays well, but it's I actually got it's one of the things
It
on
has
his
fret markers on there.
He has
Oh,
where
okay.
you can get brass inlay or
fretless
indicators.
instruments for dummies.
Yeah.
So you have an idea where you are.
Yeah.
That would be my hardest thing. Like,
Yeah.
Takes a little getting used to.
It
but
does, because I've never played I played violin for a very short time at one point in my life, but that was the only other fretless instrument I've ever played. So getting used to this has definitely taken a while, and actually this is probably the first run this thing has ever had out in public.
Really? Wow.
So,
this is the first time.
it's still very new.
So I imagine
like
like
it.
Gillian Welsh and Dave Rollins are kind of like the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like this?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That kind of reminded me a little bit of that kind of sound, like
Cool.
some the stuff that she does.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we really love, because I know it made me think of it, because I know she was married to him for a while, it was T-Bone Burnett. We love just about anything he touches.
Anything
Just
he's
amazing,
Yeah, he's produced a lot of great records, and the Robert Plant,
and Alison Krauss.
Yeah,
Alison Krauss. Yeah, that was really great. But anybody, it's like if he rings somebody up on the phone and says, "Hey, would you be interested in doing a record?" Everybody pretty much rushes to like, "Sure,"
Yeah.
Don't have to ask us twice.
I don't know. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check my calendar. It's open.
Yeah, and the tour and the band, like I think he toured with them. The Raising Sand band.
Yeah,
He
I
toured.
think he was the guitar player.
Yeah.
Or one of them. I think they had a couple, but
Yeah.
he was one of them.
Yeah, there were a couple of, and they're all, and I think Patty Griffith was in a band too. Yeah, she was in,
Yeah, she may very well have been.
or she sings in his band now, or they're married now, so I guess,
Yeah.
or couple or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Robert Plant and Patty Griffith. Who would have thought that? Anyway, we have Escaping Pavement here in the studio, and they are a couple too, as
We
musicians, and that is a unique thing to do. I would imagine being on the road and playing
It
music
is.
and writing music.
Yeah.
How's that process go as far as the writing? Since you're working on this new record, you individually write. And then,
We do. We individually write, and we usually we kind of individually have an idea, and then we kind of we sit down and just try to figure out what to do with that idea together. And basically, it's kind of ends up being, kind of a 50-50 effort, really, when it comes down to it.
By the time the song is finally put together.
There's not really a whole lot of songs that we do that doesn't have like the others' influence on it.
Yeah.
Really, as far as the writing process. So.
I was just wondering, like lyrically, like sometimes people are stronger lyrically or musically, or
Right.
yeah. That.
I think for us it's pretty random. It
is.
kind
It
of
doesn't
never.
really make much sense.
Yeah, the only thing that we ever do is like we could have any kind of idea, whether it be a chord progression or lyrics or a melody. Or maybe a combination of those things, and it's like a verse or a chorus for a song. It's like, hey, I have this idea, and then we'll just bring it to the other and be like, let's expand upon this. And then that's usually how the songs come
I don't
out.
think we ever really just like sit down and say we're gonna write a song today. That never has worked very
But
well for us. We've tried it a couple times and it never gets anywhere.
I don't think either one of us is. There's not usually like one of us that's writing all the lyrics either, or like writing the music. It kind of just whatever happens is what we work out.
So you're heading back to Michigan today, right?
Yeah, we are.
Tonight.
We are.
Getting out of the snow.
Yeah. Well, good. I mean, you probably got like an hour and a half, and you'll be, somewhere where there is no snow.
Yeah. It was funny, for the first time in a long time, we're leaving Michigan, and it's like, man, the sun is shining here, and it's actually really nice today, and we're going to drive into just...
Although I don't know, I think we're out of the proper currency for the tolls, because I had the last toll we were at, it said we take ones and
So they're not gonna
fives
let us drive.
and change, and I had to push the assistance button there, because I was like, well, I have a 10, but I'm not putting that in there, because then I'm not probably getting that. I don't know. So
that was down on California when you were coming up.
Yeah.
So they let so
on the
I
toll
had
road.
like these pennies in the center console
huge
that
stack
had
of
probably been
pennies.
building up for about a few years now, and we ended up like 4 cents short, and they still let us through. So that was pretty cool.
I know
Thank you,
exactly what you're
Pennsylvania.
talking about. Yeah, I know. And there not a lot of people travel on that toll road. I bet there was probably not a lot of people on there.
There
when
was
you were-
nobody today. We were the only ones.
We were the only people
out
crazy
today.
enough to
Yeah.
be out driving around.
Yeah.
Like, what blizzard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're heading back, and you have some gigs there coming up. If anybody's tuned in, listening online, at Michigan by the Bottle Tasting Room and the White Crow Conservatory of Music. You can go to their website, escapingpavement.com, and I see that you also had a video that you guys entered at NPR. You plan on doing that again this year?
Yeah, I
we
think
definitely
so.
wanted to. We haven't done it quite yet, and I know the deadline's coming up soon. But regardless of if they even feature the video or anything like that, I think it was still something that we had a lot of fun doing, and it was just a good thing to put together.
We got
it's a
some
good
YouTube content out of it.
yeah, the very
More.
least,
And so at some point you're going to be heading to California.
Yep, actually
Yes.
we're doing that like the second week of February, so we'll be gone like over Valentine's Day. We'll be out there.
Okay, I'm seeing that here in Wine and Song Series, Coffee Gallery, and all that.
Yeah,
coming up.
we're playing
So-
a couple gigs while we're out there too, so that'll be
Cool.
coincide nicely.
It will.
Well, I thanks a lot for coming in, especially
Oh.
braving the.
Well, thanks for having us.
See how fast that was? It went. It's like
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah,
It's like,
if it goes well, that's how it works. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what? That's an hour? Oh man.
Yeah.
at
So
least we're not sweating. We're like, oh man, we still got 40 minutes.
yeah, what are we gonna play next?
We
Well,
only had 2 songs.
You have another tune you can play for us?
Yeah, we do. Do you want to do another slow?
Sure. What do you want to do?
We have a song called "The Sweetest Lady" that's pretty. It's usually got kind of like a electric guitar part on it, which we don't. But we could just both sing on it. I think
Sure.
it's nice that way.
Put this guy down.
A stripped down version, if you will.
Okay.
If you can actually do that with our songs,
The
because they're
acoust-
already so.
If we can strip it down more
We
than,
can strip it down any more than it already
I think at that
is.
point it'd be like naked songs.
Yeah. Escaping Pavement, naked songs.
There you go.
Maybe that'll be album number 3. Who knows?
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for being here, and
Sure.
you can
Thank
take
you.
us out
Thank
with the
you
song.
for having us.
Sure.
My pleasure.
Here we go. sand still on my shoes, and the words they are swimming in my head. The image of that house imprinted clearly on my mind. I could not easily forget or ever regret the water it washed down the way with you, firmly in its grasp, as we watched our hearts were slowly sinking in. Another soul sent out to rest. We all looked our best as we carried on our way, yeah. The feelings began to take hold, wrapping around us like a vine to a tree, reaching for the sun to make us whole. Gone to see the sweetest lady I have ever known. Her world's been turned upside down, but she'll go on smiling. The last 60 years have been her home. She'll never be alone. Words left unspoken are sometimes better said, with a gesture, a touch that can mean so much, unlike saying it can.
And that is Escaping Pavement here on WNJR, Acoustic Songs live from WNJR Studios, 91.7 FM in Washington, Pennsylvania. And now for some songs from artists that have been on the show. We're going to play some Amy Andrews to start off. Thanks again, guys, and have a very safe trip going home.
Thank
you. It's been great having you.